Today we're going to be learning how to use written methods to add numbers. And I want to help visualize an idea that we're going to need called trading. So our number system is a base 10 number system. And what that means is each column to the left is 10 times larger than the one to the right of it. And you can only write the digits 0 as a placeholder and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 in any column. As soon as you get 10 in that column, it needs to move to the next column to the left. So I wanted to show you that visually. So 10 ones make one 10. So this is one 10 block. So 10 ones make one 10, and one 10 makes 10 ones. Then 10 tens is the same as 100. 10 tens make 100, and 100 is the same as 10 tens. And then in the next column, 10 hundreds, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 hundreds makes 1,000. I wonder, can you think what the next column would be? It's the 10,000s column. How many thousands make one 10,000? Yes, it would be 10, because that is the pattern. The pattern is 10 of these make one of these. 10 of these make one of these. 10 of these make one of these. So, hopefully that's helped you visualize that idea, because we're going to be using that idea today when we add. So today, we're looking at the written method of solving addition problems. So we'd be learning mental strategies, particularly of numbers less than 10, and that's to help us to now add larger numbers very quickly and very easily. Okay? There's a few keys for success that I want you to use when you're setting up your work. The first is that you should have your columns labeled. You can see that I've got 3 columns because I'm adding 3-digit numbers, and I've got the hundreds column, which is H. I've got the tens column T, and the ones column O. If you're in thousands, you would write TH. If you're in 100,000s, you would write HTH. Okay? So make sure you have your columns labeled. Second is, I want you to leave a line at the top for your trading, because we're learning how to add with trading, and this is where you'll put that trading so it's nice and neat and it doesn't get lost. Okay? Make sure that your numbers are directly above each other. So if you're using your grid book, it'll be one number per square on your grid book, and that's so that they line up properly and you're not getting yourself confused. And then we have what sum we're doing, so today's addition, and then under here we've got room for our answer. Okay, so we're going to first start always on the right, and I've got my arrow here showing me that it's 9 plus 5. This doesn't matter so much in addition, but when we move to subtraction, it matters a lot. So please get in the habit of putting this arrow here that shows you that it's 9 plus 5. So 9 plus 5 is 14. Now, I can't write 14 in this column. It's too large. We can only write a maximum of 9 in this column. So what we need to understand is that 9 and 5 making 14 means I have 14 ones. I can trade 10 of those ones for 1 10, which is what I'm going to do. So I trade 10 ones for 1 10 by putting a 1 in the tens column. Now, my original answer was 14 ones, so I've traded 10 of them. How many are left? 4 ones are left. Sometimes I like to see, can I still see the number that I had? So 1 10 and 4 ones is 14. So I can still see that number. Okay. Then I move on to the next column, and it's 1 and 6, which makes 7, and 1 more makes 8 tens for 80. There's no trading necessary here because my answer was less than 10. Then finally, in the hundreds column, I've got 2 and 3, which makes 5 hundreds. So I've got an answer here of 584. Let's try another problem where there's 2 steps of trading. So remember my keys for success, label my columns, leave a row for my trading. I'm moving down, so it's 5 plus 8, and I'm setting myself up neatly. Okay, so 5 plus 8 is 13. With 13, I cannot write 13 here. I can only write a maximum of 9 in any column. So I need to trade. So 13, I'm going to trade 10 ones for 1 10 by writing a 10 here. So 13 ones, and I've traded 10 ones. That leaves me with 3 ones. Remember, I can still see my number here, 13. I move on to the next column. Sometimes if I see a pair to 10, I'll just do that straight away. So 9 and 1 is 10, and 6 more is 16. So 16 tens, I'm going to trade 10 tens for 100. 10 tens for 100. I had 16 tens, so that means there are 6 tens remaining in my tens column. See, I can still see the number 16. Then, now I'm on my hundreds, 7, 8, and 9 hundreds. So my solution is 963. We've got 3 entry points today for your work, so you're going to do some practice on this skill. Entry point 1 today is you would come up with 5 3-digit sums, and I'm going to show you how to make your own sums using dice and cards in a moment, but you need to do 5 different 3-digit sums. So a 3-digit number plus a 3-digit number, come up with the answer, do that 5 times, and you should check your work on a calculator at the end. We're going to do clinic groups on this tomorrow, so if you find that you can't understand or you're not able to perform this skill, firstly try your best, and then 2, bring your bookwork to the clinic group tomorrow and your teacher will go through it with you. Entry point 2 today is doing 5 4-digit sums, so 4-digit number plus a 4-digit number 5 times. And entry point 3 is 5 5-digit sums, so a 5-digit number plus a 5-digit number 5 times. So I'm going to demonstrate 1 5-digit number sum, and then you'll be able to apply that to whatever entry point you're doing. And then when you're finished today, you're going to take a picture of your bookwork and you're going to upload it to Seesaw. When making your own sums, I want you to either use a dice or card so that it's randomly generated numbers. And that way you don't have to think about the sum you're doing, you just make it and then you perform the skill. So I'm going to show you how to make a 5-digit number using the dice and a 5-digit number using the cards, and then I'm going to add those up. But firstly, before I do that, see that we've got our keys to success. I've got my columns all labeled, ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands. I've got my line left for trading. I've got room for my 2 sums, and I've got my answer. and I've got my plus, and I've got my arrow that says I'm doing this plus this. So I'm going to roll my dice 5 times. It's a 10-sided dice. So I'm going to put a 0 in the ones column, a 2 in the tens column, a 1 in the hundreds column, an 8 in the thousands column, and a 1 in the tens of thousands column. Alright, now I'm going to make a card version. So I've got a 9 in the ones column, I've got a 4 in the tens column, I've got a 6 in the hundreds column, I've got a 7 in the thousands column, and I've got a 9 in the tens of thousands column. Now, to read these numbers, you've got 18,120 plus 97,649. So sometimes you'll get lucky and you won't have any trading to do, and you'll be able to do it very quickly. I can already see that I'll have one bit of trading to do, and actually 2, and that's good. So 0 and 9 make 9, 2 plus 4 makes 6, 1 plus 6 makes 7, 8 and 7 makes 15. So I'm going to trade 10,000s for 1 10,000, and that leaves me with 5,000s remaining. Then I've got 9 and 1 make 10, and 1 more make 11. So what happens here, and this could easily happen to you, is that it's the same process. I need to trade, but I need to trade with the 100,000s column that I haven't marked here. So you would write that I've got 11 10,000s. I'm going to trade 10 10,000s for 100,000. And then I've got 1 10,000 remaining. And then 1 plus nothing gives me 100,000. So my solution here is 115,769.